weights, water bottles, worth or canned food, something that you feel safe hanging on to. And then make sure you have some fluid, have some water next to you because you want to stay hydrated. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mute everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. All right. It's always a nice way to start Monday, isn't it? To get our bodies moving. And so we're going to go ahead and get our bodies warmed up. And let's start with our shoulders. And we'll do some nice circles. And make these circles super big. What we're doing is we're getting fluid into those joints. And so the bigger those circles are, the deeper that fluid moves in there. This is going to help you throughout the rest of your day. It'll help with movement. You feel a little more at ease in the shoulders. We're doing some nice circles here. Bring them as close to your ears as you can. Pull them as far back. Touch those shoulder blades together. Drop them to the ground. Bring them forward. And let's change direction. Same thing, up by the shoulders. Stretch them forward. You should feel that stretch across your back. Drop them down. One last time, all the way around, down to the ground. Touch those shoulder blades together. And let's bring them back to neutral. Nice. Let's go ahead and warm up our neck. And we only want to warm up our neck, so we're going to keep our body straight. So I'm going to put my hands on my knees to make sure I'm not moving my body as I look to the right and to the left. Let's go ahead and take a look over the right shoulder and then over the left shoulder. You don't want to move too fast. We're just warming that body up. So nice and easy. You want to extend that gaze a little further. That's going to start warming up those muscles around your eyes. So imagine you can see behind you. One last time to the left. And then come back to central. Nice. Now we're going to look up and down. So look up, extend that chin up, feel that stretch all the way down through your chest. And look down. And look up. We'll do this one more time, looking up, extend that chin out. One last time, looking down. And back to neutral. Very nice. All right. So let's take that left arm up and let's extend it as high as you can. You should feel this stretch all the way to the connection on the chair. Extend up, and then let's lean over to the right. Don't let that hip raise up. Secure it to the chair. You're going to extend up, and you can use your right hand to keep you nice and safe in that chair. And let's bring that hand down. Let's try the opposite side now. Extend up, super high. Feel that stretch all the way down. And then let's lean to the left. Again, now that left hand is keeping you safe in that chair. Don't let that hip raise up. Push that hip down. And bring that hand down. Nice. Let's bring that left arm up again. We're going to lean over to the right, but now let's open it up. So I'm taking my elbow and I'm pulling it behind me. Now I feel that stretch opening underneath my arm, down the front of my body. And let's bring that arm back. Let's do the other side. Right arm up, extend over to the left. Now let's open up that armpit. And bring that back down. Nice. Let's move on down and start warming up our spine and our torso area. Keep your hands on your knees. We're going to pull our body forward and do our modified cat-cow from sitting down. So I push back and round my back, looking down. And then I pull forward, arching my back and looking up. You can see this from the side. I roll and I go forward. And continue to move back and forth. If you haven't moved a lot today, do this nice and slow. It might be the first time your body's been moving. You want to get some fluid in those joints before we move too quickly. We'll do one last time forward and one last time backwards. And bring your body up straight. Nice. All right. Let's get our hips involved now. We're going to make some circles. And now our spine is gyrating, right? It's moving in a circle. And so we're really opening up those nooks and crannies in the spine on the sides. We'll do one full circle here. Let's stop in the center and change direction. Feel your rib cage opening up a bit with this move too. And bring your body back to center. Nice. Now that we've got some fluid in the spine, we can go ahead and do a spinal twist. And I'm going to take my left hand, put it on my right knee. I'm going to look over that right shoulder. So go ahead and look behind you. And come back forward. Remember, you can extend that gaze, that those muscles around your eyes engage. Let's look over the left side. And come back forward. We'll do one more for each side, to the right. And come forward, and let's go to the left. And forward. Very nice, all right. We're going to start moving down into the hips and the legs now. And this next move, I'm going to have you sit sideways in your chair. So go ahead and turn sideways. And then the leg that's on the outside, you're going to pull it back. And you can't see it, but I'm actually, let me go this way. I'm going to push down on the ground. So my toes are pushing against the ground, and I'm going to take that heel and push it back. So my leg is nice and straight. This is going to give me a nice stretch in my front of my leg here. Take your hands and push your body, because when you do that, your body kind of wants to go forward. So use your hands to keep your body upright. Now you feel that stretch all the way down your abdomen area, down to the top of the leg. Push your heel back, push your heel back. Keep your body secure by holding it up. Now, if you feel like you're balanced enough, you can take those arms up and raise them up. And now you feel that stretch down the front of your body. Pull your arms into cactus. And then I want you to look to the left and look to the right. Look to the left and look to the right. Nice. Put those hands back down on the chair. Push your body up one last time. Push that heel back. Really stretch that front of the leg. And release. Nice. Very good. Let's come back to the front. We're going to do the other side now. So depending on how you're situated in your chair, I'm just going to switch and face the opposite direction. Take that leg, pull it back. My toes are on the ground. I'm pushing my heel back as straight as I can. Get a nice extension on the front of this leg. Take your hands, push your body up nice and straight. You should feel a little bit more of a stretch down the front of the legs here. Really keep that spine upward. Now, if you feel balanced enough, raise those arms up. Now you feel that stretch down the whole front of your abdomen. Reach up towards the ceiling. And take those arms into cactus. And we're going to look to the right and to the left. One last time, both directions. Right, left. Arms back up. Stretch up, up. Place them back down. One last time, push that body up nice and straight. Push that heel back. Really extend that heel back. And release. Whew, very nice. Let's stretch this whole area through here. That's a nice stretch there. Great. All right. We're going to continue stretching and loosening up the legs. I'm going to keep moving with the hips. So let's go ahead and just pull a knee up close. Give yourself a hug. This is going to help open up the hip underneath this area here and on the back of the leg. Give yourself a nice hug. Squeeze it as tight as you can. While it's up here, let's loosen up the ankles a bit. Do some circles with your feet or your foot, both direction. And release that leg. Nice. Let's do the other side. Let's give that leg a hug, really opening up that hip and the back of your leg. And this may look different for each of you. Not all of our bodies are the same, and that's okay. Let's do some circles, loosen up that ankle. Both direction. One last squeeze and release. Nice. I'm going to get some fluid in the knees now. I'm just going to let those knees swing. You can hang on to the chair. This isn't about working our abdomens or working our muscles in our thighs. We're just moving those legs nice and easy to get some fluid moving in the knees. And let's make some circles now. You might feel some popping in there. That's releasing that air that's trapped in there. I'm going to replace it with some nice fluid. And stop, and let's go the other way. And one last time, frontwards and backwards. And back to the ground. Nice. Good work. Okay. I think our bodies are pretty warmed up. Let's make sure that we are sitting in a nice, sturdy, and strong position here. And so both my hips are secured to the chair. Take those hips and tilt them back. And so what I mean is you don't want your back to arch. This is actually going to add strength to the lower back. So tilt those hips so that your lower back is flat. And this is going to protect this lower back area. And then you want to make sure that your knees, your hips, and your ankles are in alignment. So I take two fists and I go between my knees. And now I know my knees are aligned with my hips. I'm going to go down to my ankles. And I know my ankles are aligned with my knees. And now I'm in alignment. And I'm not going to be leaning towards the right or to the left. All right. From this position, we're going to begin our workout. And so go ahead and put your left hand on the chair to secure it. I'm going to take that right hand and reach up. And I'm going to imagine that I'm pulling a rope or a string. I'm going to pull it, and I'm going to take it and drop it down on the ground across from me. And then I'm going to reach back up, pull that rope down, and drop it on the ground. So you're really working these muscles on the back here. And let's do 10 of these. So 1, reach up, drop it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way across your body, and then come back up. Very nice. It feels really simple, but this is really strengthening our core, and it's also adding some flexibility to our spine. So let's do the other side. Again, my right hand's going to hang onto the chair to keep me nice and secure. My left hand's going to come up. I'm going to reach up, grab that rope, pull it down, and drop it on the ground, and then come back up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up, all the way back down. Nice, and then come back to your center. Find a nice, strong position here, nice and balanced. I'm going to continue building these core muscles here, and I'm going to do that by reaching down and reaching up at the same time. And now, as I grab that rope and pull it down, I'm going to grab maybe a kettlebell that's on the ground and pull them together. And you're going to feel these muscles engaged. These are the muscles that we're using. And so we'll do 10 of these. We'll go to the right and then to the left, and the right and to the left. So let's start to the right. 1, reach across, pull them together. 2, pull them together. Imagine you've got that weight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, really pull it together. 8, 9, last one, really pull it together. 10 and release. Nice, good job. Let's bring those arms out and we're going to make some little circles. This is great for toning the arm, toning the deltoids, really toning this area underneath the arm that can become loose. And you can imagine that you've got some heavy kettlebells in your hands and add that extra weight, or you can open your fingers as you do, and this brings energy into the body. So depending on what your goal is today, if you want to build strength, picture those weights in your hands. If you want to add energy to your body, open those fingers up. And let's make those circles a little bigger. And let's make them super big now. So my hands are open and bringing energy in. I'm going to stop at the top and let's go the opposite direction. Now I think I'm going to hold on to some kettlebells. Now that I've got energy in my body, I can handle this extra weight. Let's move to medium-sized circles. And let's do tiny circles. And let's speed this up. Let's do tiny circles, but really fast. You should feel some warmth in your arms. You might feel a little fatigue in your shoulder blade. Tops of your arms. That means you're working those muscles. And relax. Whew, nice. Whew, I can really feel that. That's a good feeling. Okay. Oh. Let's put our hands and fists, touch those fists together like you're fist bumping. I'm going to open those arms up, close them, and I'm going to imagine that we're ripping something open and trying to touch our shoulder blades together. Close them. Open up, rip it open. And let's do 10 of these. 1, open up, and it's going to be 1 count for both moves. 2, open up, rip it open. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release. Nice, good job. All right, so if you have your weights, your water bottles, your canned food, whatever you're going to use today, let's go ahead and grab those. So the weights that I have at my house are 3 pounds, so they're not super heavy. And our first move is going to be our bicep move. And so your palms are going to be facing me, and you're just going to lay them down at the side. Each side of your body next to your knees. And this is our bicep curl. So we're just going to use our biceps to curl these weights up towards our shoulders and bring them back down. If you'd like to add a little more movement in the wrist, you can open those palms up and curl before you bring them up. And that's going to engage your wrist muscles a bit. And we'll do 10 of these. 1, All the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way up and back down. Nice. Keep your weights in your hands. We're going to do 2 more reps. Our next rep will be for a count of 8. And go take a big deep breath in. Remembering to breathe throughout these sessions. Let's do our count of 8 rep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way up and back down. Nice. We have 1 more rep. Our next rep is going to be for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way up and back down. Nice. All right. So my palms are facing you. Now I'm going to take my palms and face each other. So go ahead and just turn those palms in. Same bicep move. We're just going to bring those weights up to our shoulders. Only now we're going to add an additional step here. So after I bring my weights up, I'm going to push them up towards the ceiling, back down, and then release. And if you remember, you can add even more tension or imagining that you're pushing those weights down. You're going to be working the back arms here. So I raise them up, push them up, bring them down, and then imagine that you're pushing as you drop those weights down. I'm going to do 3 reps. Our first rep will be for a count of 10. 1, raise them up, push them up, push them down. 2, up, down. 3, push down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. You've got this. Really push down. Nice. All right. We have 2 more reps to do. Make sure those shoulders aren't creeping up. Relax those shoulders. Check in with your back. Make sure your hips are shifted back. You're protecting that lower back. This rep will be for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way up and push down. Nice. All right, again, check in with those shoulders. Make sure your back is straight. We have 1 last rep. This rep is going to be for 6. 1, 2, 3. Let's put some energy in there. 4. Woo-hoo. 5. Yay. Last one, let's do it. 6. Woo! And down. Nice, great job. All right, before we move on, if you have some water, make sure you're staying hydrated. So I'm gonna have a drink of water. And those of you that have been tuned in, you know I'm gonna remind you, it's always good to drink room temperature or warm water. Your body is able to assimilate that much faster. All right. I see people still moving around. We're going to take these weights and we're going to drop them to our sides. This next move, we're just going to raise those weights up like airplanes and drop them back down. Right? And we're going to do 10 of these. So make sure you're not arching your back. Push those hips back. And let's start with 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up and release. Good job. Keep those shoulders loose. 2 more reps. Our next rep will be for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Straight out and release. Nice. We have 1 more rep left. Make sure you're breathing. Last rep, count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and release. Nice, good job. Let's bring those weights up. And so I'm going to turn this side so you can see them. I'm holding them so my palms are facing each other. And my elbows are facing down right along my body. And so they're just right in front of me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch out and bring it back. Punch out and bring it back. I'll turn sideways so you can see this. I punch out, bring it back. Punch out, bring it back. Now I'm going to do 10 of these. So make sure your body is nice and secure. And you can try it. See how much weight you can handle. If it looks like it's too much weight, you can do this without weights in your hand. Still a great way to work out the body. Our first rep is going to be 10. We're going to do first count 10, and it's going to be right and left. So 1, right, left, and then 2, right, left, 3, punch out, punch out. 4, punch out, punch out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Good job. Wow, great work. We'll have 2 more reps. Our next rep will be for a count of 8. Let's bring those weights back up, arms down at your side. And let's do this for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. We have 1 more rep. Our next rep will be for a count of 6. But check in, make sure your shoulders are relaxed, get those hips back. You can keep your abdomen nice and tight during this session. It's going to help build that core muscle here. Let's bring those weights back up. Drop those arms to your side. Last rep for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. Nice. Good job. All right. We're going to give our arms a little bit of a break and work on our core again. And although our arms are going to be engaged during this move, it's the core muscles here that we want to focus on. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my weight down to the right. And I'm going to bring my left hand up. And as I switch, I'm going to engage these muscles right here on the side. So even though it looks like the arms are doing this lifting, it's really these muscles here that we want to do this lifting. So let's go ahead and drop that weight down, bring that other arm up, and we're going to do this for a count of 10. 1, switch sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And back to center. Very nice. All right. We're going to go ahead and do all of our core muscles together to keep these muscles nice and warm. I've got both my weights in my hand. They're in front of me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass them behind me and then bring them back to front. Pass them behind the other side. Bring them back in front. And so again, it's these muscles here on the side, these lateral muscles that are doing this workout here. And let's go ahead and pass that weight to the right and then to the left for a count of 10. 1, and back to center. 2, back to center. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back to center. Very nice. We have our one last move that we're going to do for our abdomen, and that's when we take both the weights, drop them to one side. We're going to carry them all the way across to the other side. Again, these are the muscles you're using. You don't use your arm muscles. I know your arms want to do the heavy lifting, but let these core muscles do that. And let's start with a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way across and back to center. All right, good job. So we did 3 moves there for the core. We did them for a count of 10. We're going to repeat that same rep. We're going to do for a count of 10. We're going to do all 3. So let's drop that weight down, bring the other weight back up, and this time again for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way down, and then come back to center. Now we're going to hand it off to the person behind us for another count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back to center. And then our last move is the one where we put it to one side and bring it all the way across your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way across and back to center. Great work, good job. So hopefully you feel these muscles here warmed up. Nice job working them out. We're going to move back to our arms here. And this move here is where we put the weight straight up and drop our elbows. And we're going to lift up. And this is working this underside of our arm here. I'll turn sideways so you can see this a little better. Arms go straight up. And I drop those arms down. And then I just lift up. I'm going to do this for 3 reps. First rep is for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep your back straight. 8, 9, 10. And back down. Great job. This is a muscle we don't use very much. It may not feel as strong. If you need to move to one weight, that might be a good move to protect protect your body. So whatever feels comfortable for you. Our next rep is going to be for a count of 8. So let's raise those weights up, drop the elbows down for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way up and back to our original position. Good job. Check in with those shoulders. Make sure they're not creeping up. Keep them nice and relaxed. Drop them down. Check in with that back. When we do these exercises here, this muscle wants to move in. You gotta push it back. Last time, count of 6. Arms up. Drop those arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way up and back down. Nice. All right, I'm going to put one weight down so that I only have one weight in my hand. And I'm not sure if you can see me. So I wore pink so I wouldn't blend in with the chair, but now I blend in with my weight. So, but I'm going to take that weight in front of me and I'm going to twist it away from me. And so what I'm doing is I'm really working these wrist muscles right here. This is going to help if you're opening jars, different things that you have to grasp. And so I'm just twisting, moving the weight away from me. This can also engage your core as your arms are holding that weight out. So keep that abdomen nice and tight. Twist away, twist away. Nice, and stop, and now let's twist it towards you. Go in the opposite direction, twisting that weight towards you. Good job, nice. And you might feel a little fatigue, you can shake those wrists out. Nice. Let's go ahead and grab that other weight. I've got both my weights again. I'm going to put my weights on my knees. My back is nice and straight. Tuck my abdomen in. I'm going to lift those weights straight out in front of me and drop them back down. And so let me turn sideways so you can see this move. Just go straight out and back down. Keep that back straight. Tuck that abdomen in. Let's start with a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight out and back down. Good job. We're going to do 2 more reps. Our next rep will be for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3. Keep that abdomen tight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out and down. Nice, good job. Remember to breathe. We have 1 more rep. Our last rep will be for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight out and back down. Good job. Nice. All right. So I'm going to drop my weights to the side here. And I did this move last week. It's kind of an interesting move. I pull my arms up almost like a scarecrow. And I'm really engaging some new muscles on the back of my arm here. And so drop those weights down. And I just pull from the elbows straight out and then drop them back down. You're also going to feel that you're working these muscles right along this side underneath the arm here. I'm going to do this for 3 reps. First rep is for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull those elbows up, drop them down. Ah, nice. You might feel that your neck is creeping up. Go ahead and drop those shoulders down. Loosen up that neck if you need to. Next rep for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way up and back down. Whew, nice. I feel a little burning on the back of my shoulder blade there. We have one last rep. This rep is for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring those elbows up and release. Nice, good job. Let's take these weights and set them down. Set them down in a place that you won't kick them with your feet by accident as we move our feet around. Might be a good time to grab another sip of water. All right, we're going to start working on our legs now. And so I'm going to sit a little closer to the edge of my chair. That gives me a little more mobility as I move around. And our first move is we're going to lift those knees as high as we can. So you can hang onto your chair if you need that stability. If maybe today your core is feeling like it needs more support, you can sit back against the chair as you lift your knee up. But if you really want to engage that core, sit closer to the edge. That way your core is working and these top of the legs are working here. And so I'm going to lift one knee up as high as I can, drop it down, and then lift the other knee up and drop it down. And then we're going to do 20. And so we're doing 10 on each side, but we're going to count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're halfway there. You've got this. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and down. Great job. All right, start feeling those legs warming up. As you're lifting your leg up, I want you to watch. So as my leg comes up, my body stays secure. You don't want to come to meet it. And so that's going to add strain to your back. You want to bring that leg up and leave your body in that upward position. So I'm going to do that same move, only now I'm going to add some movement with my arms. So place your fingers onto your shoulders. And as I lift my right knee up, my left elbow is going to come and reach it. Again, my body is staying upright as I do. So my leg is coming to me. And although my arm goes in, I'm not bending over. We don't want to add that strain onto that. Shoulders on the hands on the shoulders, and let's do this for a count of 10. 1, switch sides, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back, release. Good job. You should be feeling that in the core, feeling that on the top of your legs here. I'm going to continue working this lower body. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my knees together up off the ground, bring them as close as I can to my chest. This is a little bit harder to do. You might need the stability of your chair. So again, you can lean back. You probably will need to hang onto the chair. And we're going to bring both knees up and drop them back down. So as you see me on the side, my body's still nice upright. Bring those knees up, drop them back down. And so I'm using my arms here to help support that move. And let's lift those knees for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. You guys have got this. 10. Bring it up. Drop it down. Woo, very nice. Oh, that was a good workout. I could feel that all the way up high in my abdomen here. But I could also feel a little stress in my back, and we'll loosen that up in just a bit. Now my next move is to bring those feet out towards me. And so if you're sitting from the side, I'm just going to swing those knees out and hold them up. So now I'm using the top muscles here and my abdomen. And then I'm going to drop them down. So I swing them up and drop them down. Again, you can lean back against your chair if you need it. You can hang onto the chair. If you want an additional workout, let go of the chair and swing them up without holding onto the chair. And your abdomen and your legs are doing all of the move here. And then to do this for a count of 10. 1, back down. 2, 3, point those toes towards you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's leave those legs out. I'm going to hold them out. We're going to count to 10. You've got this. 1, 2, 3. Abdomen's tight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Great job. Good job. All right. Okay. Those moves there added just a little stress to my lower back, so I'm going to go ahead and go through a move to loosen that up for us. I'm at the edge of my chair. My legs are straight out. Remember, you can always check with those fists between. Make sure that you're in alignment. And then I'm just going to let my body lean forward. So I'm just leaning forward over my legs. My back is straight. This is going to release that tension in my lower back. If you feel comfortable, you can let those arms drop down, let your head drop down. And go ahead and walk your body back up. I have to be careful, I might fall asleep. That feels so good. All right, we're going to go a little bit deeper. And the way we can get deeper is by just opening up those legs. This gives me more space to get just a little lower. So I'm going to start by putting my elbows on my knees, letting my body hang forward. And then when I'm ready, put those hands down to the ground, to your legs, wherever it's comfortable, and let your head hang. Let's go ahead and bring our body back up. I'm going to bring my elbows back to my knees. And as long as I'm in this position, let's do a nice stretch on the inside thighs, and we can work those inside thighs out. So take those hands and push those legs apart. You should feel a nice stretch on the inside of your thighs. If you let your belly drop down, it's a deeper stretch through there. And you can even shift your body back and forth, nice and slow, opening up that inside thigh area. Now I'm going to add a little more tension. Try to squeeze those legs together, and as you squeeze those legs together, you're pushing those legs apart. So now I'm engaging the back of my arms, but I'm also working these inside thighs. And you guys know, remember Suzanne Summers, she made it herself famous with the Thigh Master. We didn't need that. We could just do this move right here. Squish a little tighter, push, push, push. Nice. And then go ahead and bring your body up. And then you bring those legs back together. Oh, that always feels really good. We're going to continue opening up these hip areas. I'm going to bring my right leg up and put that ankle onto my left knee. Body is nice and straight, upright. This is called a figure four. And this is one of the best moves you can do to loosen up this hip here. And so I'm going to tilt at my hip. Don't let your back round. Back is nice and straight and leaning forward. Now, all of us are different. Some of us are a little more flexible. This leg may be straight. I'm not a very flexible person. Mine's up. Maybe yours is even higher. But we're going to lean forward. You should feel that stretch in this hip on the leg that's raised up. Breathe into that tightness. Imagine you can breathe right into that tight muscle. And exhaling out any tension. This is a great move before you go to bed. This will help release tension and you'll be able to sleep much more soundly. And go ahead and push your body up. I'm going to let that same leg cross over now. And let my body hang over with it crossed. And bring your body back up, uncross that leg, nice. Let's do the opposite side now. I'm gonna bring that left foot up, and that's that left ankle goes on the right knee. Again, leaning forward, don't let that back round. Your legs may be a little bit different. One side might be a little tighter than the other. That's pretty normal. Breathe into that tightness. Feel that tightness release as you exhale. Nice. Bring your body back up. Again, let this leg cross over. And let your body hang over. And push your body back up. Leave your legs crossed. And from this position, we're going to look over our shoulder. And so the leg that's on top, that's the side you're going to start on. And so I'm going to look over my shoulder, and I can use my hands to help me twist. And so just do a nice little twist now that we're nice and warm. And come back forward. And let's twist the opposite way. Oh, that felt good. That was a nice twist. Let's go ahead and uncross our legs. Let's do the other side now. And let's go ahead and look behind you. And forward, and let's twist the opposite direction. And come back forward. Nice, good job. All right, so let's get our heart rate moving up before we leave this class today. Now we're going to go ahead and start walking in place. Now, depending on where you are today, maybe you want to move your arms, get some more movement going. This is going to increase that heart rate. Or maybe today you're feeling a little more fatigued. You want to lean back in the chair. You're going to go forward from where you are today and what your body is telling you it needs. So I got a little gloom. I love the rain, right? But now I need more movement. It doesn't move me like the sun does. So I'm going to move my arms, move those legs. And let's go a little faster now. Let's get that heart rate up. And let's move a little faster. Let's pretend we're running. Let's run in place. How fast can you go? Can you sprint? Let's get that arms moving. If you're moving your arms today, move those legs. Let's go a little faster. All right, let's slow it down to a jog. Still moving the body, getting that heart rate moving. And let's move it to a walk. And let's slow it down. Nice. You can check that heart rate wherever you feel it on your body. And our goal is to get that heart beating, right? We want it to beat because that's what's going to build that muscle. But it also Builds that muscle when you're able to slow it down quickly. So take a deep breath in. Imagine your whole body calming down. Drop those shoulders. Picture that heart rate just dropping down. Maybe you can notice it with your hands. Bringing it back to normal. Deep breath in. Relax that body. Okay, we're gonna get that heart rate back up again. This time, let's march. So bring those knees up as high as you can. As you bring those knees up as high as you can, move those arms. Bring those legs up high. Let's march in place. Pick up that beat just a little bit. Sorry, I can hear my chair squeaking. Let's pick up that pace a little bit more. Keep those knees up high though. That's really going to build that muscle in your leg, but also raise that heart rate. Let's add a little kick. Knee comes up. Kick, 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 kick. Really moving that body. That's a little bit harder. It takes a little coordination there. And bring it back to a march. And slow it down to a walk and stop. All right. Check in with that heart rate. It's a little fast. Let's bring it down. Relax that body. The side, drop those shoulders. Picture that heart slowing down, going back to normal. Remember, you can use this anytime in your life. If your heart rate moves up, it doesn't have to be because of exercise. Someone made you angry, someone cut you off in their car. You want to slow that heart rate down. Move your body back to normal heart rate. All right, last move is going to be our jumping jacks. So you have a couple options. You can hang on to the chair, bring those legs out and back in, or you can raise those arms up, back down. And let's do 20 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and stop. Nice. All right. Check in with your body. Calm it down. Drop those shoulders. Breathe in deeply. Picture that heart rate dropping down. It's a great move. Bring that heart rate up, drop it down. Bring it up, drop it down. Great way to strengthen that heart. All right. Let's stretch our back out before we leave and lean back all the way back in your chair. So I'm actually leaning back in my chair. Make sure you have a secure chair before you do this. Take a deep breath in. And let's open those arms up low and let that head drop back as you exhale. And bring those arms back forward. Nice. Another deep breath in. Bring those arms straight out. Let that head drop back as you exhale. And bring those arms back together. Nice. Last time, deep breath in. Bring those arms straight up. And lean back, let that head drop back. And bring those arms back forward. Nice. All right, so I had one move I wanted to share with you. I've been trying to end the class with a different type of a training, and we did the eye exercises, or we did the finger move. This move here is to help with dementia and Alzheimer's. This is going to help keep your brain active. In life that we live, the way we're taught in school, everything starts at one point and it moves forward. And so when you start to write your name, you write in one direction. When you do math, it's in one direction. Everything we learn is often in one direction. And it's really powerful for the brain to switch up and do something in the opposite direction. And it's the same with what you do in your life. Usually we use one hand, and that hand has become our dominant hand. It's nice every once in a while to use the other hand, and that's going to help challenge the brain. But this is a really simple move. And so if you take your dominant hand, and I say right and left opposite of what I am, but this is my right hand, and I know you see it as my left, but I'm right hand, I'm dominant. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write my name, and I did this when I was teaching, right? Children would learn to write their name using their fingers. So you just spell your name like you would if you were to write it on paper. This is the right direction here. Now I want you to take your non-dominant hand and do the same thing, write your name. And how easy does that flow? How much thought does it take for you to write your name? Now, if you've ever eaten at Macaroni Grill or Romano's, they write your name or their name on the paper, right? And they have to write it upside down. That's a great challenge for you. What I'm going to ask you to do is to write it backwards. And so when I wrote my name, I started to my left and I worked to the right. So now I'm going to start to my right and I'm going to work to the left. So I'm going to write my name, but I'm going to write it in the opposite direction. Denise, I see you thinking. Right? So
it's hard.
It is hard, right? But it's just challenging because it's not comfortable. And so now you can do the same, but now use your non-dominant hand, but your non-dominant hand writing in the opposite direction. And I think for me, this is actually a little easier because I would always have to write for children upside down or sideways. I never knew which way I would